Hello, modular shed fans and fans of the modular shed. Seems like there are two completely different factions now. Well, I'm inside the modular shed and I'm standing next to my new window. Here's my new window. Now if you're wondering why it's got red insulation tape stuck to it, well, I'll explain. It's because my new window is YouTube play button shaped. That's right, I thought I'd put a window on the side of the shed that looks like a YouTube play button. So there it is, and I think it looks rather good. In fact, every now and again, that glass, which is completely flat, just looks concave. It looks like the front of a CRT. Is that just me? Can't be an optical illusion, it must be a psychological illusion. Now I expect you've also noticed my new front overhang. I've put an apex roof on this thing, so it's got the apex sheet. The lighting's a bit tricky there, but yeah, so the roof rises up on one side, falls back down the other, and the apex sheet caps it off. Let's try this from the other side. Yes, I think you can see it from this side. That capping sheet I've screwed down to a 1x4, which I've mounted vertically, and that's actually just pushed down between the corrugated sheets. It could be tied down with an L bracket or a twist tie, but at the moment it's just wedged in there, and it's been absolutely fine. It hasn't blown away. But I think you can see that it would be entirely possible to put a small L bracket there. Now on the other side the nail plates are right at the top of the post, so it would need some sort of twist tie. But anyway, it would be a relatively easy thing to tie that down, and that will hold the capping sheet in place. You can't fail to have noticed that I've completed the feather edge siding right to the top on this side, but because it's so difficult to cut the feather edge accurately because the roof's already in place, you'll see that I've put a ply sheet backing those top three feather edge pieces. So I cut that to size first, and then I lay the feather edge down on it and cut them to match the ply sheet. I still need to fill the gap above the door, and it's an odd shape, it's not quite rectangular, I'll show you in a moment, and I need to fill the gap above the other side, but I've cut the ply sheet for that. That's there. This door kept blowing open and it would bend right back and damage the hinges, so I fitted these chains, one at first, and then I added two more, but they're not very effective because if the wind catches this door, it pulls this chain with such force that it just bends all those open links open even further. So maybe I'll get some stronger chain that's welded into closed links. I'll give that a try. That'll probably then just start yanking the screws out, but I've got to do something because at the moment I'm relying on this big bucket of mud to stop the door flying open, and it's not really the solution. A little more on this window. It was built in layers, so there are two I think they're 5.5mm ply layers here, and then there's a 12mm ply layer. So the first layer takes the circular pane of glass, the second layer is the CRT, the cathode ray tube shaped cutout, and the 12mm layer then fills the gap between these two ply boards and the feather edge, and it also helps to keep the feather edge together because of course I've cut a large hole in the feather edge, so this acts as a sort of frame to hold all these pieces together. And although this window looks quite nice, there is a bit of an issue because I need to put a sill in here, and any water that drips down the glass is going to sit on this ply and possibly get down between the ply and the glass. It's quite a tight fit, so it may not, but it'll soak the ply. It should dry quite quickly because it's exposed to the air. But I can put a little sill because there's a flat here, so I'll just put a little short stubby sill in there. If nothing else, it'll look nice. So why the YouTube play button window? Well, in between episodes of this series of videos, I want to put just kind of attractor videos, advertising videos if you like, to try and get more subscribers. I want to get up to 1,000 so that I can monetize the channel and start funding this build. And I just thought that the YouTube play button with a title like Build Your Own YouTube Studio would be clickbait, I suppose. Simply that. Yeah, so let's get... Oh, I can't get used to this mirror image function on the LCD, but let's get the modular shed completed. Certainly the tops of the front and the remaining side, so that I can get on with module 2, because module 2 is where this thing becomes truly modular. Goodbye.